Right.
Is live.
We are live. Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. I need to remember to face the camera and not my computer, but hello, guys. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody is doing well. We'll wait for a few people to pop on before we start everything, just so we can get rolling. But you guys, obviously today we are doing a get to know Pappa Squirrel while carving pumpkins. Excuse me, guys. I'm like, my schedule right now is all over the place. So if I slur my words, I'm so sorry. All right.
Slurs her words, she's tired. If I slur my words, it's because I'm having a cocktail. So we're just a hot mess. It's okay.
You're gonna have to give me the recipe for that because that seriously looks delicious.
I posted, I feel like on like IGTV or something like that. I did like a quick little flip through on my Instagram of it. It's a real simple recipe, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a good fall time drink for sure.
Indeed. Hi guys. Hi Luna, Christina, Elizabeth, Sister Nobody. How y'all doing today? All right, since we have everybody popping in already, Pappa Squirrel, I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself before we get started. Let everybody know about your channel and what you do and just a little bit about you, things like that. So whenever you're ready, get started.
Ooh, the whole slew of things. So what's going on, guys? My name is Pappa Squirrel. I am a tarot YouTuber in the metaphysical niche. I cover anything from, magic oils, herbs, crystals, but I primarily focus on tarot and divination. And just love to have squirrely fun on my channel, really. I don't know, it's a little bit all over the place. We do crafting stuff too, like making pumpkins.
Like today, for example. Y'all, I had a little stencil thing ready, and then Pappa Squirrel was like, I'm just gonna do a simple smiley face, and I was like, oh my god, why didn't I think of that? I was like, make things easier. That's what we're gonna be doing today. So yeah, you guys, we are just gonna be carving pumpkins. Show your pumpkin, Pappa Squirrel. Which one you got? I tried to find the biggest one that I could.
So, I even got the little sticker still left on it. So I went like real thrifty money saving on this stuff. So I went to Walmart and I love the little white pumpkins. So I got this for $3. I got the pumpkin carving kit for less than $4. And I even have a little pumpkin candle from the Dollar Tree to put in it when it's done. So all in all was less than $10,
I love that. I know, me too. My pumpkin was $3.39. That's what it said on the little tag. And then I also got the carving kit, but I already tore mine up because I was already looking through it.
I need to figure mine out now too. Yes.
$3, and then of course it comes with all the little tools that you need. Even comes with a little scooping thing to get all the seeds out. Okay, I haven't done this in a long time, you guys. So forgive me if my pumpkin doesn't come out picture perfect.
Girl, ain't nobody judging here. For all of you guys that have seen any of my crafting or deck mod videos, y'all know I enjoy the process, but the final product is never ever what I want it to be, and it's okay, we can have fun with it. So
exactly. All right, guys, so I'm just going to be asking Pappa Squirrel simple questions about his journey on tarot and divination. If you guys have any questions for him, please let us know in the comment section. He'll be happy to answer for you too. Other than that, we're just going to kind of chill, laid back, and carve pumpkins. Well,
did you know this thing had stencils in it too?
Yeah, that's the one I showed you earlier. Remember when
that's where you got it from? I didn't even know. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? It comes with stencils, y'all. This is a good.
If you want to do it.
Don't mind me.
Do whatever you want, Pastor. Like you said, I'm just going to do a simple smiley face because I don't want it to take. I don't want to keep you here longer than an hour, So. All right, so let's just get started. Let's see. This is the back of my pumpkin. It does have a little dent, but I don't mind that because it's the back,
Ooh, that's some character. which one are we supposed to use? Like it looks like they're all the same size. Like I feel like I need like a big one.
A guide or something. I guess I'm assuming you can use either one, but I'm assuming the bigger one is to cut out like the top and the little one is for the like the face or whatever. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Oh God, y'all say a prayer for me. Here we go. This made me say a prayer for the pumpkin. This poor pumpkin. It's about the oh gosh, here we go.
I got the candle ready too, but I couldn't find a fake candle in the Halloween section because the Halloween section, of course, was like a mess. So I could not find one of those fake candles because I wanted like a rainbow multicolor one, but of course I couldn't find it. So I was like, okay, I'll just use a candle I already have.
You and your family carve pumpkins every year? Like, is this a normal thing?
No, we do not actually. My family doesn't, honestly, they don't like celebrating Halloween because they're very much like, they have the whole Christian background. So Halloween to them is like evil. And I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, yo, Halloween's my favorite holiday. So sorry. Like I'm literally the only one in my family that
really?
Halloween. Yeah. So I'm starting my own traditions.
Wow, that's interesting.
What about you?
Well, like growing up, yeah. I mean, this is like a thing that you did every Halloween, but as an adult, I haven't done this in a while. So this is going to be fun. I don't know though. Like I'm assuming since you didn't do this that you never like baked pumpkin seeds before either.
Nope, I haven't done that either. The only time I remember carving pumpkins is when I was probably like 6 or 7. That was honestly the only time I remember doing that. Other than that, I've done it on and off throughout the years, like with friends, but it was never like a tradition,
Yeah, like a thing. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, if you save your pumpkin seeds, you can bake them and put like a little salt and olive oil on them and pop them in the oven. They're so good.
That's delicious.
Uh-huh.
That honestly does. I started off with drawing on mine. So I was like, I already got the eyeballs in.
Yours is going to turn out a million times better than mine. I already know it. Like I've embraced the fact that mine's Kitty's on the laptop. Oh no.
Oh, I love cats, but I'm sadly allergic to them. Can you believe that?
Are you? No.
And it's only been that way for the past, like, I would say 2 to 3 years. It was random. I had cats growing up my whole life, and then out of nowhere, my body just decided to be allergic to them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's not fun.
No, not at all. All right, Pappa Squirrel. So I want to just jump into questions, of course, about your journey and stuff. So how did you get started in your tarot journey? Like, what was your...
Yeah, okay, I'm listening. Sorry.
Pumpkin guts.
I'm like the unruly student in the classroom, that's like, quiet down.
I know, right? I love it.
Pay attention. Get started. Let's see.
What gave you the inspiration to start,
So I started maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I definitely wasn't like serious about it back then. I don't know what originally kind of like piqued my curiosity about it. I'm not sure if it was like maybe I saw it in a show or a television or movie or something, I don't know. But I do know that eventually I found my way to YouTube and I started like falling down the YouTube rabbit hole of like how to read tarot and, tarot decks and stuff. And I remember one of the first channels I found, oh gosh, now I forget her name. Y'all know I'm so terrible with names.
Oh my, don't worry. I tell people that all the time on my channel.
It's like the Howcast or How To channel, and it's an old lady that's really sweet, and she teaches you about the tarot card meanings, and she's got these like ginormous tarot cards. I don't know if any of this sounded familiar. If anybody knows her name, please pop it in the chat. But anyways, so fell in love with her, fell in love with all that. And so I kind of, started doing my own like little research because I'm like, I have got to get my first tarot deck. And that's when I came across the wooden tarot, which like I loved everything about it. And especially once I saw that they had a happy squirrel card in the deck, I was like, this deck is meant for me. So, got the deck. It's not really the best deck to start working with whatsoever. So I was like, okay, I got it, and now I have no idea what I'm doing or how to do anything, So, aioli, I don't want to have to put y'all outside. So, yeah, put it aside for like a little bit, and it was almost 2 years ago now when I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna start like getting really serious about learning the tarot. And I had always been into and doing like social media within like the metaphysical niche. And I was like, you know what? Now's the time. Now's the perfect excuse. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And this is going to be like kind of documenting my learning process and like having others join along with me, that want to learn and share their passions about it. So
I love that. Yeah. Okay. So after that happened, how long have you been practicing actually before I ask anything else?
Wait, what? Huh?
How long have you been practicing? Sorry, I'm trying to like ask you questions and carve this at the same time.
So I mean, I would say it's been almost 2 years now that I've like really gotten serious about it, like that I've really started to branch out and really look into, like, of course, get an obnoxious amount of decks, but really, trying to find something that like makes sense and really resonates with me, reading a lot of tarot, like tarot books and stuff, and actually like learning about it,
Yeah. That is awesome. So do you ever read for other people or do you read for yourself? Like how does that work? What do you do?
So I primarily read for myself and like very close friends, I don't even know if this is even going to make any sense or not, but I have to feel like I'm energetically kind of connected to the person in order to be able for me to feel like that the reading feels right. And maybe that's just like a me thing, but that's why I primarily only do that with like myself or people that I'm really close with. Now I have opened up readings where occasionally I'm feeling a little squirrely and have some free time, and I'll open it up on my Instagram story to do like a 1-card pull for people.
I know, I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh.
And I mean, I've gotten some like really positive feedback about it too, but I also haven't heard anything that's like, that's way off and that didn't make any sense. But that doesn't mean that, that wasn't there. So I don't know, it's going to be one of those things that like, if I ever do decide to like really open it up for other people, it's going to be on my own time and like when I'm comfortable with doing it,
Exactly. And that's what I always try to tell people too. Like, don't feel like, if you read tarot, don't feel the need to read for other people. Like a lot of people just like reading for themselves to, confirm what they're already feeling inside, But yeah, I love that. Okay, so how many decks do you have in your collection?
Oh God. Like 100. Yeah, 100 to 125 ish. I sold like 6 or 7 of them today on the Facebook Marketplace. I'm just in the stage. I'm in a weird place right now. To be quite frank, I'm in a weird place right now, and like part of this weird place is just really needing to purge a lot of unnecessary things that like I don't need, and really kind of like make space, like not only just like physical space, but like energetic and emotional space. Like I need to, like I'm having like panic attacks, you know? Like look over here, so because I can move. If y'all can see those decks twofold over here on the desk, these are all decks that I haven't even got to touch. I haven't even got to open it. They're constantly, I feel like it's coming in the mail and it's like I need to do this and I need to do that. And it's really, I'm starting to get stressed out because it's becoming more like work than it is something enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
And so I think that part of this like purging process is like, I need to like declutter and de-stress mentally, physically, energetically, because I need to get back to this place where like I'm actively, you know, like working with my decks again, you know? And to me, it's more than just like working with the deck. To me, like this is something that's like therapeutic. It's like self-care.
Yeah.
And not even going down that road, but like recently my self-care has been just crap, you know? And it's just it's all connected, you know? And it's just this need to so yeah, sorry. I know that was the absolute like long-winded question ever. I've 120. I've got way too many. That's how many I've got.
Honestly, though, I have been feeling like I'm not gonna lie. There's moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, like now for me it's work because honestly, I do read for other people. You know what I'm saying? And I get like messages and emails all the time, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm like I love it, but there are some days where sometimes it's like it's work, and then I need to like step back and take a minute and like maybe take like a day or two off to really just like refocus and be like, okay, this is not work. This is something that you enjoy. This is something that you love doing. But again, like I have so many clients at this point now to where it's kind of like, whoa, like sometimes it does get overwhelming, but at the same time, like I have to remind myself, like, this is what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand where you're coming from about that.
1,000%. I mean, it just at the end of the day, like I did not have any sort of like healthy boundaries in place. So that's something else that like I'm currently working on.
Yeah.
Because it was just like it was constant, like I never turned work off. And so those boundaries are also very important as well to like you said, to take a day off, just to don't worry with it,
Exactly. And then too, because like, well, I'm not gonna say a lot, but I have a lot of people to where they come to me and they want a reading like that same day, and I'm like, they're scheduled, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I have to set my boundary. And yeah, every now and then, like if I have a free day and if I'm okay, and if my husband's here to help me, I know, right?
Sorry.
You're using the knife. I'm like going all in here too.
No, I don't like to get my fingers dirty. I'm like, I can't.
I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it all in.
You're just doing it in. Get it, girl.
And
Get it.
I forgot to give me a towel or something for later, but that's all right. What was I saying before? Oh my gosh.
Well, while you're pausing, Elizabeth was asking me what's my favorite tarot deck.
Yeah.
Right now, the deck that I've been working with the most is the Slow Tarot. It's just I really connect with the deck. Just bottom line, like I think it's a beautiful, well-made deck. I really enjoy the quality of the stock. I really enjoy shuffling it. And it just reads really well for me, Come on, Kitty.
That is awesome. I love that. I'm like over here trying to get everything out. I got one of those, the big pumpkins. So I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much stuff was probably going to be in here.
How much crap you had to dig out with your hands.
Oh my gosh, now I know why people get the little ones. But
am I gonna do the spooky Sundays? So I do. Here's the thing. So I do want to do more because I do have more stories to tell, but I guess I have to like figure out like I don't know, like figure out how to tell them.
Yeah.
The story I've already told, they really have like a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. You know, it's a story.
Right.
Whereas the other things that I have to share are more of like little experiences. You know, they're not so much like it's not so much a story. So I have to figure out like how it is that I want to be able to tell it
Right.
and make it, you know, entertaining and enjoyable kind of deal. But yes, that is something I do want to continue, you know,
Doing.
when I figure my life out. Wish me luck.
I know, right? Oh, that is too funny. But oh my gosh, I'm trying to like concentrate and remember what I was going to ask you at the same time.
How's that working out for you?
I know, right? How's yours working out?
Good.
Good. Nice.
Yeah, I think I've got it pretty good. I mean, there's still some little straggler things, but
yeah,
I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna start working on the eyes soon.
Look, I did a basic smiley face.
That's what I was going for.
Make it simple.
Yeah, we're gonna be pumpkin twins. It'll be cool.
I have to remember. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't keep you longer here than an hour at least.
Oh, you're okay. I made sure to eat dinner beforehand, before I started drinking, and before this as well, because I was like, I'm gonna need some food for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question I have to ask you is, like, where do you see yourself in your journey in the next couple of years? Like, do you think you would ever branch out and do like a little bit more with readings, or do you just see yourself, you know, continue doing on the same line? Like, what's your, I guess, plan? You know what I'm saying?
My plan is to take over the world.
Yes, as Aries should. I'm saying.
I'm thinking of running for president here in 4 years.
I would.
Pappa Squirrel. No, so as of right now, like I very much am kind of like a go with the flow kind of guy. Like I still plan and I still, you know, want to work towards something, but at the same time too, I don't go like super rigid with things. Like I allow like life to happen organically and allow me to be able to make the necessary changes that I feel are appropriate, because at the end of the day, like this is my channel. Like I need to be falling in love with the process of creating videos, and it needs to be something that's like enjoyable and fun for me and for my followers as well. And so I honestly, currently where I'm at least, am at this point where like I just, you know, talking about like the decoloring, the boundaries and stuff, like I just need like a little bit of a creative break from tarot in general. Like I have so many other things that I'm passionate about and so many other things that I want to share and I want to talk about and do, and I want to do those things and I want to share those things, you know.
Good. So like,
as far as like where that makes me end up, I have don't
you're like, we'll see.
your guess is as good as mine. Cheers.
Like, cheers. Elizabeth is asking, what's your sun, moon, and rising sign? Sorry guys, I'm trying to pay attention to the chat while doing this at the same time.
I am an Aries, and I don't know the rest. I have no idea.
I used to be the same way. Elizabeth would always ask me that too. Like, did you check yet? Did you check? And I'm like, nope. All I know is I'm an Aries.
Yeah, just an Aries, and I feel like this is a very Aries statement in general, but I'm like, that's all that matters.
I used to say that all the time. I'm like, I'm an Aries, and that's all I need to know. Like,
I'm an Aries. That's all I need to know, and I don't know why I need to know anything else. You know.
Exactly. So would you say that you actually, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, your sign only explains half of, your personality. Would you say that's correct? Or like, would you say you actually carry a lot of the traits?
Um, I definitely carry like a lot of the traits. Like I'm pretty spot on stereotypical Aries, and that's a great thing at times to people, and that's also a very terrible thing at times to people. But at the same time, I'm an Aries and I own it, and it is what it is. So
Exactly. I'm the same way. Like I tell people, like, I'm not being mean. I'm telling you the truth. Like there's like I'm the type of person that I don't really like to, read between the lines, or I don't like to tell people what they like want to hear. I tell people what they need to hear only to help them grow as a person. And they're always like, "Oh my gosh, typical Aries, you're just like so mean." And I'm like, "What?" No.
I get that too, and it's funny because it's like I have to also really be cognizant about like the words that I use, because to me, I'm not being mean at all. Like y'all haven't seen mean. Like
Exactly.
I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just speaking like my truth or whatever. And, and it's also like you just have to pay attention because, like some people just, I mean, everybody, even we're sensitive people too, it just,
Oh, yeah.
so you have to be very cognizant of like what you say. And I guess more importantly, like how you say it.
Yes. So Daz is asking, what do you think are the best starting decks?
The best starting decks. I have a whole playlist on good decks for beginners.
You do.
So I recommend that you go check that out. So I will say this. So I work within the RWS system. I understand that there are other systems. So I'm not going to suggest Thoth or Toth, or how do you even pronounce it? Toth? Toth? Thoth?
I think it's Thoth. So Thoth, right?
Thoth.
I think. I don't know.
I hear everybody pronounce it like a million different ways. But anyway, so I'm not going to like recommend that deck, but I recommend you get a classic RWS deck, whichever one it is. They're basically all the same deck. You can get like the original, I think it's the original Rider Waite. It comes in like the yellow box. I think it's like $12 maybe on Amazon type thing. I happen to like, yeah, it's not whatever. Like, yeah. I like the Centennial Borderless edition. It's like 15, $16, whatever. I say get a traditional deck, and then also get a deck that works within the traditional imagery that is very similar, that you're called to.
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, especially like when you're trying to learn, like you should definitely get like whatever the deck is that you're called to work with. Like for me, it was the Wooden Tarot.
Mhm.
Is that a deck that I would recommend to anybody as a first time reader? Hell no. But I'm always like very adamant about like if you were drawn to it and that's what got you interested in tarot and that's what sparked that passion for you to want to learn about it, then get it.
I think the first one that I started off with, I think, well, I mean, I had a couple beforehand, but they never really like made me want to stick with it. The one that made me want to stick with it was the Crystal Visions Tarot. And that one is really, obviously it's like a little girly, but I mean, I love girly anything. So, I mean, if it's colorful, I'm like all for it, but that's the type, it has like pinks and purples and reds and like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's a little bit more, I guess, girly, but yeah, I mean, I would say the same thing. Like, do your research. I mean, YouTube has a plethora of reviews, as does Pappa Squirrel's channel, where he has a lot of reviews on his channel too. I would say just go through them and see which one catches your eye and which one you're like, I need that one? Because it'll call to you. Trust me, it will.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. And then like whatever. I mean, if you want like my recommendation, get your original deck and get like one with a traditional imagery that you're called to work with, because I think the closer you are to the traditional imagery, especially when you're working with like reading tarot decks, reading tarot books on how to learn tarot, they all are going to use the traditional imagery. And so that's what's going to really help you to kind of learn, because, otherwise, if you're using, what's a good example? I don't know, like Moonchild Tarot. That's a popular one, right? Like it may be, and that may be a bad example, but it may be just like too a little bit away from the imagery that it's gonna mess you up a little bit. Whatever. Anyways,
right.
I'm gonna have another drink and take a breath.
I know. My gosh, I didn't realize how much of a workout this is. I'm like, I'm trying my best not to breathe so hard.
Right. I'm like sweating like a hog already. Good God.
So is there any other form of divination that you do, Pappa Squirrel, besides tarot and oracle, anything else?
So tarot, oracle, Lenormand, I've been recently getting into. Let's see. I'm trying to remember like what, I know this sounds really stupid, but I'm trying to remember like what does technically count as divination, because I have a pendulum, like a crystal pendulum thing, right, for like yes no's or whatever kind of situation. I really would like to do like charm casting. I think that's kind of fun. I recently got a rune deck. I don't know if that necessarily counts for anything, but I would like to learn about it, And that's basically it. Usually a lot of the stuff that I do most actively is kind of like signs that like a lot of animal symbolism, or just energetically picking up on messages that like nature sends you, like leaving you a random red feather that I got the other day, or like stuff like that is more my speed. Like this is more of newer things that I'm learning about. Like,
right. Well, my eyeballs are turning out a lot. Like one I think is bigger than the other one. But that's all right.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It'll be all right. I don't think. Does anybody in the chat room going to judge us too hard?
I know.
Are y'all okay if we don't have imperfect pumpkins?
How y'all doing? Okay, let me see. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to do 3 things at one time. So if anybody has any other questions, I mean, I basically asked you everything I wanted to ask. So if anybody else has questions, feel free to ask. And other than that, I mean, let's just have fun while we finish our pumpkins.
Yeah.
My hands are ridiculously sticky right now, but that's all right. That's the fun of it, right?
I'm sure it is. You went up in them guts like, oh gosh. Okay, my eyes are a little crooked too, but you know what? It's okay.
That's all right. It's just going to go out on the front porch anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Have you put up any other decor? Do you live with your family? You live with your family, don't you?
Oh, my husband. Yeah, my husband and my
daughter. Okay. So it's not like they're around and like you can't decorate the porch. You can't put that pumpkin there.
My mom, though, was livid because she came over and instead of having my decks in my desk, I decided to display them, right? And she saw that and she was like, oh my God, like she went off. And I was like, Mom, this isn't your house. You don't pay for the rent. I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would understand if it's your house, and I would understand if, like, but that's why I didn't do any of that while living with you. I waited until I moved out on my own to start it. Like,
Right? You're like, chill, woman, chill.
And I'm like, even when people ask me that, they're like, okay, well, how did you do it even like before? Because I've been a practicing psychic for 10 years, but I recently just started the tarot about 3 years ago, right? And people always ask me like, well, what do you do if your parents don't agree with it? I'm like, I'm sorry, but you can't, like, in my opinion, like I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't. I waited until I had my own place. I waited until like everything was good to where the argument I won. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how like I had to like go about everything. Yeah, I know that sounds complicated, but Elizabeth Renee is such an Aries. Yeah, I am. I can't help it.
Well, if that's what works for you, that's what worked for you. And you're right, like when you're out on your own, you're an adult now, living in your own house with your own family. Like, I know you're like my parents, but it's like you can't come up in here and just think that you can do or say whatever. Like,
exactly. I'm like, there's plenty of things that they did that I didn't agree with, but I never said anything because they're my parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or they're my mom. My dad, on the other hand, he's kind of like, you do you, but my mom is more so like,
wow. So what do you think so far?
Oh my gosh, I love your eyes look way better than mine. I just did circles.
That look a little spooky. Ooh.
I didn't even put a nose, but that's all right.
Well, I hope it doesn't like come to bite me in the ass because I know I've got to make the mouth like super low now, and I don't know how that's gonna work out. So
it'll work out. You can do it like see, that's the thing about carving pumpkins. It doesn't have to be perfect because it looks like spooky anyway,
That's a very valid point. It does look spooky on your porch,
That's the goal anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. I'm trying so hard. I've failed everybody during all my craft videos. And like I'm trying to
I love the one you did with the wreath.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. I loved it. So no, you did not fail.
Well, thank you.
I was like, I wish I could do something. Like, I wish I would even like have the time to go outside for an hour and like pick stuff up because knowing me, I'd like, I don't know. Well, one thing, I'm a mom. So, I mean, I always have to take my daughter everywhere I go. Of course, if my husband, is working or something, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I always have to take my daughter. So like, I would be like, she would probably be the one picking everything out, to be honest. She's like, ooh, look at this. Ooh,
actually, that sounds great. Like, get her to go find all of like the little bits and everything. Like you go forage for them.
Exactly. But yeah, I loved that video that you did. I was like, this is so inspiring. If only I would be able to do that.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it. It just takes a little time, which is fine. Speaking of which, so like I said earlier, I was like selling some of the decks today on that Facebook marketplace or Facebook buy, sell, trade thing, whatever. So this girl hits me up and she's like, did you used to have a business called the Foraging Squirrel? And I'm like, well, yeah, actually I did. And I'm like, how did you like even know or remember, right? So I used to make dream catchers and like sell them on Etsy and stuff. She still has my dream catcher that I made her from like 6 years ago kind of thing, hanging up on her front porch. And I'm like, oh, it's so
amazing.
cool.
That is amazing. My brother-in-law has a collection of dream catchers on his wall. So I'm like, I know what to get you your next birthday. So if you still make them, I'll place an order with you.
Nice. Okay. If you want me to do a custom piece, I'll have to break out the old skills again because I'm not gonna let that one was a little rough. I haven't made them in such a long time, so I need to get back in like the swing of it. But yeah, we can girl, we'll talk. You hit me up.
Oh, I will. All right, let's see. Let's pay attention to the comments a little bit.
Yeah.
Chantel says, "What is your favorite Oracle and Lenormand deck?"
Ooh, so
Carol forgot about the rest.
Oracle deck. That's so easy. That is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Co-op Aaron Reed and
Do it.
Jenna Gracia, whatever her last name is. That's like my ride or die. I love that Oracle deck. Norman, so I only have, I think, 2 Lenormand decks, and I haven't really. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the 2 that I have. This is the Arium Lenormand, and this is the same woman that did the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. Makes this Lenormand deck, and then I've got the Stretch Tarot Lenormand.
Nice.
So I don't know that I necessarily. I mean, I only have 2, so I don't know that I have really can like speak on like what my favorite is, you know. But
I don't have any, so you're already getting me in that category.
Well, you know, I wanted to get my toes wet a little bit, you know, and see what Lenormand's all about.
I get it. All right. Let me just fix up the smile a little bit. Let's see. Elizabeth says you should continue doing them. I'm guessing the
dream catchers.
Yeah. Everybody wants a good dream catcher. I mean, I need some more in my collection.
Yeah, I need to make a good one for in here, actually. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
How's your pumpkin coming along?
I mean, not bad for doing it freehand.
See, it's not. I think freehand was the way to go with this.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. I forgot the nose, but I mean that's all right.
Hey, it's okay. It's a noseless pumpkin. It's okay.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna need to make this a tradition from now on. Start my own traditions.
I am sweating.
Oh, I'm sweating, I'm sticky, and I'm pretty sure I have pumpkin guts on my hair too. That's all right. I love the smell of pumpkin, so I don't mind.
I'm telling you, next time, or if you like do this like with your family, like save your pumpkin guts, and it is really sticky, as you already know, but like go wash it out in the sink and get all the seeds out, and just put it on a baking tray. Olive oil, salt, pepper, and there's a million other recipes, but that's like kind of the basic, you know?
Right.
Pop it in your oven, I don't know, 400, something like that, 20, 30 minutes until they're golden brown, and then boom, you've got pumpkin seeds, and it's such a good snack.
I know, I should have thought of that beforehand, but I didn't have an extra bowl with me, so I was like, I guess.
Okay, look, I have the mouth.
That was awesome. Oh my gosh. Seriously, yours looks way much better than mine. All right. Okay. Now you put the candle in, right?
Oh, yours is cute. Yours looks like an emoji, like the smiley emoji.
It does, right? It's nice because, you know, my daughter won't get scared of it.
Right.
I love it. Look, guys, what do you think? I mean, we obviously have to do the finishing touches, but oh my gosh, my pumpkin feels like it weighs 100 pounds. So
you dug like 50 pounds out of it, so I mean.
Okay, Chantel is asking, do you have a favorite spread? Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. So actually, Chantal, no, I don't have a favorite spread because I don't use spreads. It's not how I read. And maybe you can answer, or somebody can answer this question, because I don't know. You got your little candle? I got my little pumpkin candle.
It already dropped in here.
So I don't even know if like the way I read even has a term to it, but call it like I have organic conversation with the cards. Like I just pull the cards until the conversation gets muddled, and then I ask my question again, reshuffle, continue to draw cards. And I don't know. I call it a conversation. I have a conversation with the deck, and it could be I could draw 6 cards and then it starts to not make sense. I could draw 12 cards and then it starts to not make sense. I don't know. Is that called anything?
I don't know, but it could be maybe like intuitive, like an intuitive kind of reading, because that's how I read mine. I literally, like for a yes or no, I just pull one card because I like it straight to the point. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to have like 10 cards on my table for a yes or no. I mean, that's just how I do it. If they need more to the story, then I'll be like, okay, give me the situation and let it be a storyline kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I generally don't like to pull more than like 3 cards ish. You know, what happened?
I'm trying to like light this, and
I just realized that I didn't prepare my lighter, so let me go get one real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay, you go do that.
March says free ball and tarot. I love that.
What's that? Free ball and tarot. I love that, Marge. That is so great. Yes, I love to free ball with tarot. Oh, while she's grabbing her candle, I'm gonna turn off the lights and let's see.
Oh, yes. Of course, I cannot find my lighter when I just. Oh, it's in my little treasure box here. Duh.
Look how cute it is!
Oh my gosh. That is perfect.
That's so cute. I did good. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Yay!
Here it is.
You found it? Good. Ooh, I'm gonna make me some pumpkin seeds after this.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, the audio just went kind of crazy there. That was perfect because it made it sound more spooky. Did you notice it?
No, I didn't hear it on my end at least.
It was probably just on my end then. Hold on. Light it. There we go. You can't even, my smile is like, I should have did it a little bit more open. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do this.
The danglies. It's okay. As long as it doesn't like put out your candle, you know?
Yeah, it blew out on its own. Because I have my fan on. Oh Lord. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. I knew I was forgetting something. Then I was like, how is that gonna work with the candle? Now I know why people put fake candles. I couldn't find a fake candle. Where's my thingy that I did? Oh my gosh, see now I can't find everything. Here it is.
Are you having technical difficulties over there? Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm just trying to get from the lid. The pumpkin seeds.
I love your little backdrop, by the way. Where do you get those?
Oh, thank you. On Amazon.
Well, I love Amazon. That's the best place ever.
I can get anything on Amazon. That's where I like to get my backdrops. And honestly, they're under 17 bucks. So they're not bad. And they're huge. Like they're huge. They're literally backdrop. I literally have to stand for photo shoots.
Yeah.
And it fits on them. And I love them.
For 17 bucks. That's good. That's a good deal.
Actually, one of my subscribers purchased this one for me as a gift.
Aww.
Yeah, my subscribers are the best. I love them. Okay. We should be good to go. I cleared all the top off.
Yes.
Let's figure out how this goes.
Oh, look at it. It's so spooky.
Let me turn off the lights real quick.
It kind of reminds me of the Return to Oz pumpkin head.
There we go. There's mine.
That looks great. That looks great. Good job.
I'm like a little nervous because it's a real candle.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't let it burn your house down now.
I know, right? Free-handed and everything.
Here, we did a great job.
Okay, I'm gonna blow it out because it's making me nervous.
I know, that's what I did too. I'm like, I don't wait to put this outside.
Right, I literally need to find one of those fake candles. That way we can put it out. Yay! Oh my gosh, this was so much fun, Pappa Squirrel. Like seriously, like
What's fun?
I'm glad that you agreed. I was like, because I was thinking, it was just random because I think I saw one of your posts that you put that day, and I was like, I need to collab with Pappa Squirrel. And so like the idea just popped in my head. I was like, but I want to do something fun, like something different. It's October, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what can we do? And I'm like, hello, we can carve pumpkins.
Hello. I loved it when you were like, do you want to carve pumpkins and do a live chat? I was like, yeah, I do. That sounds like an awesome idea. This was fun. Like,
Yes, I enjoyed it so much. What do you say? We'll stay on. What do you say? Like 5 more minutes, just in case anybody else has any other questions or comments you guys want, and then we'll head out from there. Did anybody else carve pumpkins with us?
ooh, if so, tag us on Instagram and show us like your carved pumpkin.
Yes, I was trying to tell people like, oh, grab a pumpkin and come with us. I wasn't joking when I said that.
Yeah. You're like, let's everybody carve pumpkins. It'll be great.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, good.
This was so fun, guys. I honestly, like I said, this is not a tradition for me, so I need to make it a tradition now. And then, oh, Papa Squirrel, what's your favorite Halloween candy? I forgot to ask you that one.
Ooh, what's my favorite Halloween? I mean, I'm just gonna say like generic chocolate. Like I don't know. I mean, does the answer like have to be? Because I'm trying to think if it's like specific Halloween. Like I'm thinking candy corn,
I mean,
peach,
there's
you
no,
know.
yeah.
And I don't know that there's any like only during Halloween like this candy's the best. I don't know that I have it. I'm not a big sweets kind of guy, but when I am, I do love some dark chocolate or like caramel and sea salt
Yeah.
chocolate, something or another. Like I don't know. Do you have a favorite candy that's like your go-to?
But during October, I mean, a candy corn, obviously, is what I like. I haven't gotten any yet. I was telling my husband during yesterday's live, I think it was, because my husband does lives with me too, and he has his own deck that he reads too. So I was like, oh, I'm craving candy corn. I need to go get some.
Have you seen they make pumpkin spice candy corn? Have you tried any of that?
No, I haven't. Where have I been? Where have I been? I need to try that.
Then go get you some pumpkin spice candy corn and tell me what you think about it. Because I'm not that I don't like candy corn, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. So I need to know from the candy corn loving queen, is the pumpkin spice any good?
Okay. I will try it this weekend, and I will go find it as soon as I can, and I'll let you know.
Good. What's my favorite Halloween song?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Why do I feel so dense right now? Like I'm like, what Halloween candies are there? And I'm like, what are there Halloween songs? Like the only one that comes to mind is of course the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween. Halloween.
That's gonna be next month's backdrop, and I got the cards too, thanks to Miss Elizabeth.
Yes, nice.
What's your favorite Halloween movie? There you go. That's an easier one, I think.
Ooh, so my current favorite scary movie is Hereditary.
Ooh.
It's from the same producer that did the new Midsummer or Midsummer, however you pronounce it.
Uh-huh.
It's a scary thriller that'll mentally mess you up for a few days. And that's my kind of
You know
horror.
which show did that for me? Oh, the one on Netflix. What's it called? The one about the house. See, now I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a show on Netflix. I think it came out a couple of years ago, and it was a family of like psychics, I guess, like they could see the dead. And yeah, that show royally like messed me up for a little bit because I was just like, oh my gosh, hold on, let me Google it because now it's gonna bug me, and now I'm gonna need to tell you before anything. That's another Aries trait, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Sister Nobody. I think I know what you're talking about. Lock and Key. That was the one where they were finding the keys around the house, right? And then it was like magical, spooky stuff happening. That was a pretty cool show.
Yeah, about haunted. Okay, I'm just gonna put show on Netflix about haunted house. The Haunting on Hill House. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't. It's
Um,
like a show, not a movie.
yeah, it's a show. It has 2 seasons right now, but I think they're actually coming out with the third one. That one, I'm not gonna lie, messed me up for a little bit because I was like, what the
Like you have to take a few days break to like mentally just get it out.
like, am I sure I want to do this? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do that too. Like, I'm also a medium, and I actually do a series on my channel where I help other people get messages from people who have passed on. Like, so I'm able to do that as well. But when I saw that show, I was like, that's another side to it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was like real triggering for you, I'm saying.
Yes, it's crazy. All right, y'all. So, Crystal says, what about the Return of the Living Dead? What about that one? I think I have seen that one yet, to be honest.
Yeah, no, not really. Like I'd say I'm really, really needy and picky when it comes to movies and what like I consider to be like really good and mess me up in the head.
Yeah.
Like whoa, I heard that time. I need like psychological, really just kind of mess you up. I'm more suspense thriller than I necessarily am. Like I love zombies. I love all the zombie movies. But like it's just too much of like it's just gore and blood and like jumping at you and like that to me is not scary. Like it's definitely entertaining, but I don't find it scary.
If you want scary, watch the show that I told you about because seriously, that one will mess you up for a little.
Good.
Even my husband, he too was like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that got me. And I was like, yeah, it got me too. But it's one of those to where it gets you, but at the same time, you can't stop watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how Hereditary was. Like it's like you can't. It's just a train wreck, and you have to know what's gonna happen because you're just so like, what am I watching?
It messed you up, and now you gotta know because you're like, what? Like exactly, you're just like, what? But at the same time, you're like, okay, I still need to know what happens. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like I know I probably shouldn't be watching this at all, but I need to.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Well, if nobody has any further questions, it has already been pretty much an hour, and that went by fast, I must say. I mean, it went by fast. Thank you, Pappa Squirrel, so much for agreeing to do this with me. I love being on your channel, so that's why I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta have him on my channel. Like, it is time.
Well, thank you. I'm like I said, I'm like super glad you reached out. This was such a fun idea. I haven't carved pumpkins in forever too, so this was a great way just to like sit down and chat and
Yeah.
have some craftastic fun.
Exactly. Like I said, if anybody else carved pumpkins while we did, feel free to send us your pictures or tag us on Instagram. That would be really, really fun. So let us know. Also, guys, I do have Papa Squirrel's link to his channel in the description box below. So make sure as soon as we end this, you go over and you subscribe. I promise you will not regret it. You'll see me in there too in his lives. You always see me there in his lives too. I'm a moderator for him also, so I always try to help, as much as I can, and it's always a fun chat too. So you won't regret it, I promise. And make sure you go check out his videos as well, and hit the notification bell too. That way you do not miss when he does go live. All right, guys.
Every single time.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to head out. Thank you so much for joining us with this today. Thank you so much for the fun conversations. We hope you enjoyed our pumpkins. And yeah, so one more time. And on that note, we'll see y'all next time. Hope you have a great rest of y'all's weekend. Bye-bye. I'm like at a weird angle here now with my computer.
There's always that awkward moment when you're like, goodbye, and you have to